There are actually a lot of computer scientists that are wanting to have water hard drives in the future for data storage. There's an article
Mhm.
that we're linking. It's actually on the screen right now. Water is essentially going to be the hard drive of the future. Now, if that doesn't tell you that water is a place of storage of information, nothing will. So whether you're spiritual or scientific, this is a conversation that relates to us all. It's a very serious conversation, but it's also a very fun conversation. What is it about the quartz crystal? This is not a crystal that's on an altar. It's a crystal that's literally encapsulating the mother water. Why is quartz crystal a computer? How is it such different than glass? And why do you use the quartz crystal with the Analemma wand specifically?
Yes, to make it very simple and not to go kind of all over the place, it has two very important jobs. Number one is of course to create barrier between the mother water and other water that you're swirling it in. But more importantly, just like you mentioned vehicle. Quartz crystal is extraordinary natural superconductor. The frequency of what is inside to what is outside in the best possible efficient way. That's why we're using it. And it's extraordinary that you realize that. Because usually people don't know what crystals are, but this function of it
This is big.
And you mentioned about water and storage and everything. Our founder, Dr. Eric Larker, he created Analemma Water. He for years has been saying that water is a bioquantum computer. In and of itself is bioquantum computer. And now scientists are coming, okay, this is going to be the future. For years he has been saying it, while people didn't realize anything about anything. I don't know if you're familiar with the work of Veda Austin.
I've heard of Veda Austin.
What I love about her, she's an amazing, she also comes to the water conference, and so we all know each other. Eric kind of spent some time with her. What I love about her work is that she clearly showed, and everybody can kind of see, she actually did an experiment with Analemma water, and it was just beautiful. She has this process of fast freezing the water, and then you start seeing all kinds of things in the water. I wanted to mention her work for other reasons. If you just take a photo and put water, regular water on it, and if you fast freeze it, water picks up the image, the actual image of the photo. What? It really is crazy when you look at it. You take water and put it on a photo. So I invite people to kind of go to Veda's Facebook page, because she's constantly doing this. And the ability of water to absorb frequency and to portray it in its own way is extraordinary, really. You're going to have your mind blown.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to look at that. It's interesting because you talk about the coherence and the unified whole so much in your media. And that actually starts with the structure of the mother water. And like you said, it took a year to act. It takes a year to make the mother water.
It takes a year to create mother water, yeah.
Well, try this on for size, everyone. So in the article we've linked about the storage of hard drives, they talked about it's purported that water has a memory of its own and the ability to retain memory of the substances that are dissolved into it. This is the key. Even after being substantially and serially diluted. They're talking about water as a hard drive. So if the scientific community, if the quantum computing community, which by the way, there's literally billions and billions of dollars going into quantum computing, especially now with the rise of AI, what do they know that maybe the ancient masters have known forever, for millennia, that's in the mother water herself? What do they know that potentially we can learn that the ancients have known for millennia?
This is the thing. This is why the water is at the heart of every spiritual tradition, because it holds the secret to all life, physical life. As I mentioned, consciousness marries the form through water, and this is the key bridge thing where everything happens.
And in that bridge, we find either wholeness or disconnection if we don't walk on the bridge. But what about if the water is heated? We talked about the water maybe being diluted. The mother water is pure.
This is actually very interesting. This is This is well, the whole homeopathy principle has been kind of explained to it, because even if you don't have a single molecule of any substance that you're diluting the water with, at the end, you're going to have even more powerful effect of that particular molecule. That's a clear proof of work of frequencies. This is exactly what we talked about. Water is going to pick up the most dominant frequency of its environment, the information of its environment. Even if you take whatever physical element is there,
Exactly.
the information is stored there, and it has a powerful effect on you. You know what we actually even realized? That in our early research, when we grew tomatoes with analemma water and regular water, we realized that we were putting them close to each other because energetically speaking, they're speaking. So we really need to create a big separate space between those two so that the energy, the frequency doesn't go there.
Mm. Have you ever considered this? And maybe you have. I haven't looked at the site in a couple days. But this wand is something that we can use on the go. So whether you're at the airport or at your home or you go to a restaurant, I'm sure you probably get interesting looks when you go to a restaurant and you start stirring your water with the with the wand. They're like, "What is this guy doing?
A lot of
Is he a magician?" But that's great for on the go. But in our house, have you ever thought about building a structured water reservoir that has the analemma quartz crystal mother water inside of it, so that whatever clean water we put in there, maybe we can put the words love on the outside? I'm just visualizing that, a huge water system for the home itself that has the crystal and the mother water inside of it. Then we can just drink that all day long instead of just going to the Berkey filter.
We created it, brother.
You have?
It's called Whole House Analemma. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, so you just install it in the piping system of your house. But you know what? Now we're actually jumping through all of the studies that we did. So we're going to come back to it, all the double-blind placebo studies that we did. But I just want to since you mentioned this, it was really interesting for us since skin is our largest organ of the body. So we were kind of thinking, what would happen if people would take baths in analemma water? And then we kind of connected to Hydrate Spa, my dear friend David Perez and Dr. Greg Lane. They already had equipment to measure the vitals before and after. And then we're now in 100 people study where people are just laying down in analemma water between 20 and 30 minutes. And we had extraordinary results. Every single person in the study experienced increase in cardiac output, stroke volume, blood viscosity, but more importantly, in heart rate variability. Every single person has an increase, significant increase there. So everybody knows about heart rate variability, how accurately this marker tells you a story about your overall health and the longevity and basically everything. So this is one kind of really powerful benefit of just not even drinking, but laying down in it. You just lay down in analemma water for 20 to 30 minutes. Cool. That's why we kind of created the whole house system, because people don't need to they don't want to swirl their bathtub for 3 hours to get all of the water coherent.
Check out some of the videos on this screen that are perfectly curated based on the video you just saw. Make sure you follow me, and I'll see you in the next video.